Hi YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a bit of a spontaneous video, like most of my videos are I guess, but I'm actually getting dressed to go food shopping for the weekend, and I thought why not bring you guys with me. I recently visited my family in the US and I was so surprised to see how much more expensive the food is in the US than the UK. And I don't think that was always the case, but I think with everything going on, there's like inflation and prices are going up, and I definitely saw that reflected in the cost of food in the US. So while I was in visiting my family, they live in New Jersey, I noticed that there is a brand of supermarket there in New Jersey that's also here in the UK, and it's called, I think it's pronounced Lidl or Lidl. I think Americans would say Lidl, but here it's pronounced Lidl. It's actually a German supermarket, so it's quite popular in Europe and in the UK, and I was very surprised to see that they now have it in New Jersey. So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Lidl is kind of like an Aldi, so it's kind of like a budget supermarket where you wouldn't spend as much as like a ShopRite in the US or Acme or what's that supermarket called? Whole Foods. Oh, I can't remember the name. I'll put it on screen if I remember. But here in the UK, it would be much cheaper to Sainsbury's or Tesco or Waitrose, right? So it's supposed to be a budget supermarket. The cat is like trying to get some attention. Anyways, so I really wanted to see what the prices were, the comparison between the prices, especially because it's meant to be a budget supermarket. So are the prices in the US considerably cheaper? Is it about the same, right? So I did a bit of shopping in Lidl, New Jersey, and then now I'm going shopping in Lidl in my community in the UK, and I'm going to show you the differences in the two supermarkets and show you what I bought and what I was able to buy. I think my budget for both would be around $75 and pounds. So I'm gonna do like a dollar to dollar comparison. I know the cost of the pound is more than the US dollar, but I just wanted to see if I spend $75 in Lidl in New Jersey, what can I get for $75? And alternatively, what can I get for £75 in Lidl in the UK? £75 in the UK in Lidl. That seems like a lot. Yeah, £75 is gonna be a lot. But we'll see what we can get, right? And I'll show you exactly what I've bought in both stores and how they compare. All right, ready? Let's go shopping. Oh, I forgot to even introduce myself. Of course. So for those of you who are just joining my channel, my name is Shireen. I am an American. I'm a Jamaican American now living in the UK, and I usually post videos about life as an expat. So a lot of comparison videos, and it's coming up to be spring and then summer, so I'm also going to be doing travel videos. So if this kind of content interests you, please consider subscribing. All right, now we're going shopping. My first impression of Lidl US is holy crap, it is massive. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to seeing in the UK. I literally walked in and my jaw dropped when I saw the size. It's set up the same way upon entrance, where the bakery is right as you enter on your right hand side, and then the produce section is right alongside the bakery. But again, hello, do you people, UK people, do you see how big this is? A second difference that stands out to me almost immediately are these little freezers that are around the store. And there's a whole lot more options for frozen meat than what I've seen in the UK. As I think about it, I don't think I've actually seen frozen meat in Lidl in the UK. But yeah, here there's loads of options. There's frozen seafood, frozen salmon, shrimp. Further along, I think I came across some frozen beef, mincemeat, hamburger meat, chicken. You name it, whatever kind of meat you're in the market for, they had them in these frozen freezers. They had them in these freezers. Another thing that surprised me was there are a lot of branded items in the Lidl here. So Turkey Hill, Minute Maid, Tropicana, those are, I guess, what I would consider national brands. So you'd find them in other stores as well. So I wouldn't have expected to see them in a budget supermarket, but here they are. The milk section is always interesting to me because of how different we package milk in the UK versus the US. So these cartons of milk are humongous. They're so big. And also, if you notice, here in the US, eggs are stored in a refrigerator, whereas in the UK, they're usually stacked on a shelf. And I think I'll do a video explaining why. It's also interesting to me to say that alternate milk products, so soy milk, almond milk, oat milk, they're also massive and they're also stored in the refrigerator. Whereas I'll show you later in the UK, these are stored on the shelf. So this may look like a shelf, but it's actually the refrigerator. It's time to fly across the pond to visit my local Lidl here in the UK. As you walk in, very similarly to the Lidl in the US, you're greeted with the bakery right in the front of the store. I think this is absolutely brilliant because as you walk in to do your shopping, the first thing you encounter is a smell of freshly baked goods, croissants, chocolate cakes, donuts, all baked fresh in the morning. To be honest, this is one of my favorite features of Lidl. Some mornings I just come here just to get a croissant for breakfast. So I really love this. As you can see, they also have freshly baked bread and different kind of loaves. I think these are done every day as well, so it's such a great feature. You can tell from the video just the scale of how much smaller this Lidl is in comparison to the one I visited in the US, but it's a similar setup where the bakery is right across from the produce section. So we continue down the aisle, we get to the meat section where you notice another difference between this store and the US store. There are no freezers for frozen meat, it's just a long refrigerator for fresh or thawed out meat. So as we get to the dairy section, I wanted to highlight the difference in the size. Remember, earlier in the video, I showed you how huge the gallon of milk or the jugs of milk were in the US, and this one here is the biggest size the store offers. So I'm not quite sure. I can't see how big it is. It might have been a pint or so. But even the boxed milk, you can see they're much smaller than what was in the US. And then this is interesting. So our milk alternatives, so like our almond milk and our soy milk, are not usually kept in the refrigerated section. They're kept on a shelf. And something that I don't think is available in the US, that there's actual milk, so like skim milk and whole milk, that's also stored on the shelf. And here we call it long life milk. I just wanted to show this section. It's probably not that interesting to many people, but for me, I love it because I love nuts. I love to put nuts in my smoothies in the morning. I love to snack on nuts, and I just find it so cheap to get them from Lidl because I think the most expensive bag, as you see here, is $2.29 for a bag of pistachios, and they're usually all under £3. So we do have some national or big name brands in Lidl. I noticed that they had Haagen-Dazs ice cream and Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So of course I had to try both. I was so excited. And then another thing I also noticed of interest was that they actually have escargot, so snails, in Lidl. I was tempted to try it, but in the end I said, maybe not. Alright, moving on to one of my favorite sections. They actually have wine and hard liquor in Lidl. So I think the reason you wouldn't find a wine section in the Lidl I visited in New Jersey was because of state laws prohibiting the sale of alcohol in the supermarkets. But here in the UK, we don't have that law. So most supermarkets do have a wine and liquor section. Lidl, of course, has a great variety of budget wines as well as, I guess, premium wines. And of course, on this side, there's beers and ciders. And then further along, you'll see they also had vodka, gin, whiskey. They even had a little version of Bailey's, which I didn't try yet, but maybe in the future I will. Okay, so I'm heading to checkout now. I've gotten a cart full of stuff. I think I probably bought more than I really needed to, but there's so much like cool, interesting things here that you don't usually see in other supermarkets that I really wanted to try. So, like the snails, right? But yeah, I'm heading to cash out now. I'll show you how big it is. So there's that, and then there's that stuff. So any guesses as to how much my total is gonna be? Let's see. Okay, so now it's time to see what I bought and how much money I spent. So let's go back to the US and see what I bought. So to be honest, I went shopping at Lidl in the US the day before I left to return to England. So I only bought some things that I knew I wanted to take back with me to the UK. So the first thing I bought was 2 packs of angel hair pasta because I absolutely love it and I cannot find it in the UK nowhere. So I bought 2 really big boxes of angel hair pasta to bring back. Then I bought my son some snacks for the airplane, just some animal crackers and I think applesauce. And then I bought myself some 2 bags of pumpkin spice snaps because I have a sweet tooth and I love cookies. I also bought some Alfredo sauce because, again, it's not sold here in the UK and I love Alfredo sauce. My husband always requests Hershey's Kisses, so I bought him and his friends 3 packs as well. And then I wanted to try this apple cider tea, so I bought 1 box of that. Pumpkin spice Cheerios. I've never heard of that before and I've never tried it before. So I bought a giant box of that to take back, as well as some jumbo marshmallows because everyone loves marshmallows, but they're not available here in that jumbo size in the UK. I bought 3 boxes of this Jiffy muffin mix just because I like it, and also 3 bottles of pumpkin spice maple syrup because, hello, sweet tooth. Okay, what else did I get? I bought a lemon cake, some Reese's chocolates, naan bread, which I didn't bring back. I think we had that naan bread for dinner that night. As well as a random whisk, I don't know. And what's not pictured in this video, I did buy some of those Tide pens to take back as well. So yes, what was my total? As you can see on the screen, can you believe I spent $72.05? Like, I've checked this receipt over and over again because I keep feeling like there was a mistake that was made. There is no way this costs $72. It literally was just 1 bag of groceries, and I'm still in shock that it was this expensive. So, yeah. All right, let's see how this compares to what I bought in the UK. Okay, so let me do a quick run through of some of what I bought. Here you see most of my fresh produce, some vegetables, a bag of potatoes, some lemon, kale, some carrots. So fresh produce I tend to buy once a week because honestly they spoil so quickly that if you don't use it by the end of the week, you just have to chuck it out and buy some more. Some peppers, scallions, cucumbers. So right off the back, you'd probably notice if you're an American watching this video that the produce and the quantities that they're packaged in are much smaller than what you'd be used to in the US. So you might argue the point that yes, we're paying less money and we're getting less produce, so it could probably work out to the same because obviously in the US the packages are much bigger, but again, this is just a dollar for dollar comparison. So there was some fresh ginger I bought, a pack of grapes, some bananas from what you can see, strawberries, and some nectarines. Again, some more fresh fruits, so blackberries, blueberries, some snacking cucumbers. My son loves vegetables, y'all, so I'll be having to stock up. I also bought some herbs and spices. So I think this was some oregano and just I say some basil, some other herbs. From what you can see in the picture here or in the frame, condensed milk, because you know I'm Jamaican, we gotta have our condensed milk. Some olive oil, fairy washing up dishwashing liquid, coconut water, because again I'm Jamaican, we have to have our coconut water, toothpaste. Some sponge. Honestly, I knew that it would have taken quite a lot to get to like a 70 pound mark, so I was just picking up random things. 3 packs of bacon. Do I really need 3 packs of bacon? Probably not. Some cheese, sausages, frankfurters. Who remember frankfurters in Jamaica? Some yogurt for my son's breakfast, of course, like bagel for my breakfast, and 4 packs of nuts. Again, did I really need to buy 4 bags of nuts? Probably not, but I was trying to get it up there to spend over the 70 pounds budget. Well, not over, but you know. I also tried bought some bleach, as well as I've never bought the toilet paper from there. So I bought this was the first time to actually try the toilet paper. I bought my son some Peppa Pig toilet paper as well because he's potty training, so I thought it would be a good incentive to get him to go. And also the kitchen towel, so the paper towel. You guys, look how small these kitchen towels are. They're so cute. Okay, so reveal time. How much did I spend on all these groceries at Lidl UK? I spent a whopping £74 and 60 cents. So yeah, all in all, that was my shopping done at Lidl. So how does this compare to the US? Man, honestly, I keep looking. I can't believe that what I bought from the US cost $70. Like I keep looking at the receipt, like there must be some mistake here because obviously I walked out of Lidl with just 1 bag of product for $70, and as you can see behind me, I've left Lidl here with almost 5 or 6 bags of groceries for the whole week for 70 whatever it was. And I know currency exchange rate things are different, and I'll show the difference on the screen, but for maybe what, 20 something more dollars, I was able to do a complete week shop. So I'm interested to know, if you live in the US and you do your weekly shopping at Lidl, how much do you spend for like a week's worth of groceries? And how much do you spend in general, even if it's not at Lidl? So if you shop at any other supermarkets in the US, how much are you spending on a weekly basis? I'm interested to know, so leave the comments down below. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, I enjoy doing these comparison videos. They're fun, and I think they can be informative if you are living in the US and you're wondering like what life is like overseas, like how things compare. I myself love to watch these kind of videos, so it was kind of fun for me to film. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking the video or commenting, subscribing to my channel. Any kind of interaction you have with my channel obviously helps me know what kind of videos to film next, and it also helps with my algorithm and with YouTube recognizing my channel and helping it grow. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Now that that's done, the real struggle begins.